Lio Convoy is so fat that the doctor diagnosed him with a flesh-eating bacteria and gave him 50 years to live. Lio Convoy's pronouns are pounds and kilograms. When Lio Convoy goes camping, bears hide food from him. The Sorting Hat puts Lio Convoy in the house of pancakes. Lio Convoy is so fat that after sex, he smokes ham. Lio Convoy is so fat that 3 smaller, fatter people orbit him at all times. Lio Convoy is so fat that his memory foam mattress forgot. Oh, without further ado, what I have here is a delicious call. This is from February 28th, 2024, and this is Lio Convoy addressing allegations in the Senate. This is about, he basically did a quote-unquote accountability call for himself, but of course nobody's screaming at him, of course, and he's talking about stuff with Jordan, stuff with Jay, stuff with Opal, stuff with Peaches, etc., etc. Jordan, Jay, and Opal were all Discord kittens that lived with Lio at one point or another. So Jordan and Lio first met when Jordan was very young. I believe Jordan was 13 years old. This was around the time of the Grizzly incident. That was one of the very first bear hunting videos that Lio did, was about this person named Grizzly. Jordan was in contact with this Grizzly person. Lio and Jordan continued to speak regularly until Jordan was 21. When Jordan was in adolescence, Jordan was being sexually abused by what would be his stepfather, or I think it was the mom's boyfriend, something like that. Jordan is the one where Lio's big brain idea was to record it, so there was something to give the police. Lio Convoy has also famously said to not contact the police in the jurisdiction of the crime, but to contact your local police. Don't go to the FBI, don't go to the feds, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to help you. ACAB, basically, just come to me, kittens. Jordan started a GoFundMe to get out of his abusive living situation. Lio Convoy was in complete control of that money, as well as his friend Joshua Vida. Joshua Vida was very close friends with Lio over several years. Joshua Vida is an actual pedophile who grew Jordan several times and several other people. And Lio Convoy was very close friends with this man for many, many moons and was unable to detect the predator in his midst. His only true gift is being blind in every single way that matters. So that's very cool. So Jordan moved in with Lio. Shortly after, Jordan got quote-unquote kicked out by Lio. There are allegations of emotional and physical and financial abuse from Jordan. Lio basically does this accountability call to answer people's questions about his behavior regarding Jordan, Jay, another person that moved in with him. Jay, I think, was 27, and then Opal, I don't know the age of Opal, but Opal also lived with Lio. Somebody told me that there was this was quite a banger, so let's enjoy it together, you guys. Let's enjoy it together. Let's hear the excuses and the coveted accountability, you guys, the coveted accountability. Yeah, pretty much left Jordan homeless in a state that Jordan was not from. Mind you, Jordan was not from Texas. Jordan moved to Texas to live with Lio. So there's a lot going on here. We will fill in the gaps when necessary, mamacitas. We will fill in the gaps as necessary, but let's go ahead and lock and load and get started, you guys.
They said, all right, I cleared my head. Apologies for last night. I do not wish for harassment of anyone. Only accountability and statements. The only two who I want truly gone is who I have stated many times before. Nevertheless, I hope Nezzy Monster is all right.
And who do they want gone?
Toasty and ZZ.
Well, because Toasty was on the cleared list earlier.
What?
I also want to check really quick if it says here in the description who the fuck is in this call, because there's a ton of people in this call. It's really frustrating because I wish the people that archive this stuff would put who is talking on here, because all we get is this blank screen, right? I would really like to know who's talking. It'd be cool if they at the very least put on here, you know, who is in the call at least, but whatever, dude.
Yeah. It looks like this account has been grilling Toasty a lot.
Odd, I thought Toasty was one of the people who was taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Looks like it's as if they're exactly proving our points.
And
by the way, we all know that if Toasty or ZZ tried something, they would not be saying this. They'd be saying, actually, they wanted, I don't know, Junkie to be the one who was held accountable or whatever.
I guess there's also with Chuli that's going on right now. And I'll be honest, I don't know much about Chuli. This has piqued my interest for several reasons, however, and I will continue to unlock deep lore about this situation as time progresses, and I have tons of free time as I await for death to take me. Chuli is one of the people that is cited in regard to Lio actually helping people. I remember when I talked to A-Space, I asked if there was any example of Lio actually making a situation better instead of making it worse. And one of the examples that he used was Chuli. I didn't want to get distracted, but I don't know a lot about Chuli, so I didn't ask, and I also didn't want to like derail the conversation, so I just kind of moved past that, of course. However, to my understanding, Chuli is another person who is seeking refuge with Lio Convoy. I think that Chuli is young 20s, and Chuli also has a GoFundMe that, curiously, Lio is also in control of. I don't know what the money thing is about. The money thing is an interesting angle, in my opinion. The other thing that I think is very interesting as well is there are a lot of claims as well that Chuli's family is abusive. To my understanding, Chuli is trans, and I'm curious if that abuse is like actual abuse and not just their parents being shitty. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if that encapsulates or necessitates a GoFundMe with multiple thousands of dollars. And I understand as well, Chuli has said that they have hit like 4K on the GoFundMe, and so they are now buying furniture for an apartment that they do not have. So it's kind of like Keffel's Jr., in my opinion. That's kind of my first initial read on the situation without knowing a ton about it per se. So I will dive into that later. But the thing that has piqued my interest, of course, recently has been the money angle. I find that to be very odd. It seems like money is always something that is weaponized in these situations, and I find it quite curious. You know?
This
The
may
thing is-
actually
Hold on, let Ellie talk.
What? Hold on. What? I'm fine.
Yes, the furniture is going to go on the side of the road. That's exactly what I imagined.
Well, apparently, Junkie got grilled in a stream yesterday.
I thought that
By
guy was
Locke?
no longer around.
Yeah, well, apparently, like, Junkie got grilled in a stream by Laka yesterday. I only got a little bit into it before I went to bed.
because
Okay.
because I can't think of a more trustworthy source than f***ing Laka.
Well, apparently, most of the stream was just
Not
going over the
Laka,
logs
bro.
and asking him to make a statement about them, but 90% of it was I don't know and whatever.
Not even necessarily economic abuse, because I think that my thing here is like it's not necessarily abuse. It's more used as like a coercive tool, where if you're in charge of someone else's money, that doesn't necessitate abuse. Like plenty of people have payees, plenty of people have, you know, somebody in a relationship that controls the money because they're just better with it. I don't think that somebody else controlling your finances necessitates abuse. And I don't even know if the money is being used haphazardly or not for its intended purpose. But the fact that the money is left in control of somebody else, I think is kind of like, I think it's indicative of some kind of manipulative angle. It could certainly be financial abuse, and I'm not saying that financial abuse isn't real, but I haven't seen or heard of any claims of the money being mismanaged, only that it's being controlled by Lio, which I would consider to be manipulative. I don't know if I would consider that to be abusive. Of course, if he was like, you know, you can only have $20 for your lunch if you do 50 push-ups right now, or something like that, then yeah, of course. But I haven't seen any claims of the money being used other than for its intended purpose. But I would have to look more into it. It's just very interesting to me that that's the angle of manipulation that we go to. You know what I mean?
Whatever nonsense he wanted to spew out.
Why do these people want a public statement? Why do they feel they're entitled to that? That's what pisses me off here. I saw Kumu say, oh, Peaches didn't take accountability because he didn't write a Twitter thread until the day before
did.
my video dropped. Well, no, let's ignore the fact that that's not actually true. Why is that your definition of accountability? A fucking Twitter thread. You don't want
That's like what all you bitches do, though. Your accountability is the Google Docky.
anything. You want the superficial appearance. You want smoke and mirrors by your own definition, or not by your own definition, by your own admission.
I don't know.
I can answer
whatever.
that. Because guys like Kumo and Fumo, God, their fucking names are so familiar, are so totally online that they think coming out publicly on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever fucking social media means you're repenting, when it's not. Well, it's
Yeah,
not just that. I can tell you the
Ironic.
long-term strategy here about the Fruitcake Club stuff.
Tell me, Lio.
Here's the thing: having
Enlighten
people
me.
looking through the logs, which again takes time because up until now it was kind of just me and sometimes Asuka doing it.
Toasty made the server. 2 of the initial rooms that were made are called Toasty's Tits and Piss Throne, or something along those lines. Everything about that server, in no way, shape, or form, communicated that there were going to be minors in there. To my knowledge, and Mimi is here, they can correct me if I'm wrong, Toasty's the one that sent out all the invites. There was no age gating. To my knowledge, there were no roles that were given to minors. There was no proper separation there. And anytime I've seen pornography posted so far, in the logs I've looked through, because it was primarily in the gamer zone, it's something that Toasty started. And from what Fuchsia Butters had told me in the call I had with her yesterday,
Fuchsia Butters, bro, I'm getting cancer. Like, can we just like use people's names or something? This is terrible. This is terrible.
He constantly harassed people to be sexual, including children, trying to get them to draw not safe for work art for him. I think the only reason why the account is now focusing anything towards Toasty is because of Teddy's thread. And because of what I said in the video the other day. I do not see this room as a room that had so much mixture between children and adults that it was extremely obvious. I do not think that anybody, well, I'm not going to say shouldn't be held accountable. Obviously, people are accountable for their actions. Probably should have checked around. But if you're in a space where you think it's primarily adults, you're going to act like an adult. And because my generation is so separated from most people's generations of online activity, I'm going to by nature have a better filter than people who spent their entire lives online.
Lio spends like literally every waking moment in a Discord call. That's so funny, bro. That's so funny. The call's coming from inside of the kitten crate.
That's why the most you guys will get out of me in terms of quote-unquote lootery is talking about how attractive I find my wife and Catwoman.
Lootery? What about saying that somebody who was the victim of like online grooming was basically a fleshlight for them? That's crazy. What about like the UWU DDLG ERP with Peaches on stream? That was pretty racy, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I still think we're pretty degenerate here.
Whereas these people who are raised online, that's all they really do.
That's you,
so
bitch.
they don't think, especially in the twilight of their adulthood, they don't think to separate that properly. Now, if I had evidence that Peaches or anybody else were sending children pornography, like directly or trying to groom them, yeah, there'd be fire and brimstone coming down on anybody who did it. But I don't have evidence of that. What I have evidence of is Kumo, and the rest of these clowns trying their best to disrupt support systems and go after people they've had long-standing grudges with.
Oh, that's crazy. That's what.
Because again,
do.
I had to
That's
point
so
out,
weird.
Akumu refused to give me the logs. I had to find a roundabout way to get a hold of them. Akumu has had these logs for the better part of a year.
I don't know. I don't know if I would really trust Lio with the logs when, you know, we've heard how we talk to abuser or you know, victims of abuse. If that's how we're talking to them, I don't know if I would really want him involved either.
This is a concerted effort. Go ahead, Emma.
Well, I just have to say, it appears to be an absolutely amazing coincidence that all of the bad people in this situation are all people Akumu didn't already like. Isn't that kind of amazing?
Yeah, it's also amazing that part of their effort is trying to, well, undercut my credibility and try to throw stones at me because they know I'm going to back up people that I care about.
Oh, wow. Very brave.
So yeah, I 100% think that's intentional.
Brave.
I think it's a bit of serendipity going to Kumo to help plan this out, but I do not think that this is some super coincidence that this all is coming out at literally the same time. I don't.
Well, yeah, no, it's obviously not. Like, we aren't this fucking stupid to believe this.
Wow.
Contrary to what they seem to think, we aren't as stupid as they are.
No, but I'm going to be the one. Go ahead.
Really quickly, just betting, and I'm doing my hair care routines. I might miss a couple things, but like the thing is,
gay.
Listen,
It's gay. What do you expect him to do? He's gay.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, you know,
yeah, gay people.
But when it comes
Love gay
to
people.
the situation, sure, we might not be that stupid, but I'll give Akumu and Kumo this: they know Twitter's stupid.
If you have to like build your entire defense that everybody else is stupid except for you, I don't think that really works anymore, right? Like, I think it's more like you guys are insulated in this bubble, and you guys are used to like yes-menning each other and like gassing each other up to the nth degree, and then so if anybody else looks at it, it's like, oh my god, everybody's just dumb. It's like, I think it's actually you guys that are fucking stupid. Like, I think that we kind of have this backwards, you know what I mean?
That's how they think they can get away with that shit.
Yeah, apparently Patchwork Heart's that stupid, and that's fucking heartbreaking.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, Patchwork has always been a feelings over evidence type of person. So, an example, when Buttons accused Anthony of a certain R word, without any evidence, Patchwork just accepted it. That's why there was that infamous back and forth with, I believed you, I believed it too, that happened on that stream. This is not the first time Patch has done this. It's not going to be the last time Patch has done this. There's a reason why Patch doesn't do predator hunting cases anymore, because Patch always thinks with their emotions instead of for evidence.
Oh.
Can I also just say, I talked to him and he said that one of the reasons he believed Jordan was because Jordan looked him in the eyes and told him he was scared of coming forward. Lio, can I reveal a little bit of information in our DMs?
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
the DMs.
You guys want to know who told me? They didn't look me in the eyes, but they did tell me abuse occurred and that they, quote, couldn't really respond.
Tell me.
You guys know who did that?
Who did it? Tell me.
There are 40 people in here. One of you is answering this.
Oh. I'm on the edge of my seat, please.
It was Lio.
Oh my god.
I started asking about this shit
That's crazy.
a month ago. Because I have been, I don't
That's
know how long
crazy.
Senate as a whole has been aware of this, so correct me if I'm wrong, Lio, but I have been looking into these for longer than most of Senate has. Do you think that's a fair statement?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I heard them in...
What an exciting and exhilarating way to spend your free time. I can't think of anything more fun than sitting down and reading exported Discord logs to try and find pedophiles. I can't think of anything more fun. I can't think of anything that I would like to do more, actually. You know, anytime that I have a minute where I'm just like, you know, got like 20 minutes before I have to do this next thing, I'm like, oh, I know what I can do. I can waste my life staring at my phone. That's awesome. That's so cool. Wow, Pog.
Zay's video on Lio, and I went to ask him what was going on, and since then I've just kind of remained involved. I know more about these accusations, I would say, than anybody who isn't in the Senate mock staff. And I
Like I
know...
said, abuse did occur. It just wasn't by me.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I know
Lio
I
was
would argue
abused,
more about
so-
the people behind this than anybody on this fucking planet.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. Like, most of the Senate mods do not know as much as you do,
Wait.
to be honest.
Yeah, because I actually did look into this, partly because I did think this was worth taking seriously, and Lio has been aware every step of the way that not only am I going to fucking badger him about this because this is important, but also if it turns out this is true, I'm going to tell everyone and throw him to the fucking wolves. Well, okay, I
Like you
can't throw
should.
him to the wolves. Yeah,
Wow.
well, I was about to say, I can't throw him to the
There's 2 wolves inside of you, and both of them are fat.
wolves. He's really big, I'm really small. I'm probably just going to like throw a Molotov cocktail at his house.
Oh, cool.
Like, that's more my style.
That's
Multi-kill.
After I pee behind your couch, of course.
That's really cool.
Well then.
Wow.
What's
The Lio
that
kittens
lie?
are sending their best. Wow.
Well, the thing is, Jordan can sit there and say I was scared to come out about this, but Jordan sought out Kumo. Jordan went to Kumo because Jordan knows that Kumo hates speeches.
Yeah.
That's why.
And as I said somewhere, if I can, in the serious discussion, I firmly believe that Jordan was spoon-fed these accusations when he watched Grimskull's video on Lio, like claiming that Lio wanted to record a rape when Lio, like, basically wanted it recorded to show.
Do I have to get this video? Do I really have to get this video? This is so annoying. I hate these bitches because that was actually what was said.
Yeah, when you can't get it in legitimately, lie.
This is beat up as well.
Well,
yeah.
I'll leave that to her discretion. Or her other option is, of course, to set up that camera tonight and see what happens.
Yeah, that's one thing I think that should happen either way, is get that camera rolling just in case.
Because
the moment that's caught on footage,
those are pretty
salty
cheap, aren't they?
What
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, like
Cameras.
Oh, I was just saying to leave her phone plugged in and just have the phone pointed at her, because nobody's gonna suspect a phone on the bedside.
Yeah, guys. Hey, you guys, are you getting raped as a minor? Here's a really crazy idea. Record it and create CP. That's a really good idea. Don't call Rain. Don't call the feds. Don't call, you know, the police department where the crime is actually happening. Call your local police department, and when they hang up on you, go to Lio Convoy. Wow, brave. Yeah, and it's very, very straight. It's Finger, but Vita is in the call. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I think that maybe we wanted that recording for different reasons, but I just work here.
To the cops as credible evidence to arrest a family member that was being really abusive towards Jordan.
Oh, really? Is that what Jordan's running around saying now? Because
That's
that is
literally
not
in the
what we've
call.
ever said to each other.
That was literally in the
Xander,
call.
you said you had a question. Let me see here.
Well, and then the deflection tool here is I never said that to Jordan. I never instructed Jordan to do this. It was like a hypothesized, like we were sitting around twiddling our thumbs, like, how are we going to stop the race as the Batman squad? How are we going to do it, guys? And they were like, I have an idea. Record it. So it's all semantic bibble babble. It's like, that was your big brain idea, Mr. Prolific Pedophile Hunter. Great job.
Sorry, it's not taking me to your question. Okay. Did people not know there were minors in FCK at first, or say for Toasty? It's kind of up in the air, because I didn't even know that Mimi here was a
Malcolm
minor.
has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
It's imperativa that this teenager sets up a camera in casa te mums boyfriend molest magansite streamen. One of big bass grooming side teenager.
Yeah, very true. Thank you, Sai, for the 10 witness. And again, it's like fucking crazy as well, because like all the while, Jordan is actively getting groomed by real pedophile Josh Vita. Crazy.
While they were in that server until they talked about their age openly here. So the thing is, anybody who has cursory knowledge assumes everybody knows what they know.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where you have to keep in mind innocent until proven guilty. You have to very much be willing to acknowledge that for free.
Innocent until proven guilty. Were all the people that we made hit piece videos on proven guilty in a court of law before we did this? Interesting. Interesting.
Club. And so far, the only person who I think we have reasonable belief is guilty is Toasty. Do you disagree with me on that, Lio?
No, I completely agree. But back to the main topic here. Jordan has looked people in the eye and lied through his teeth multiple times before. In fact, it was a consistent problem having Jordan, because Jordan would just pathologically lie about anything.
Your Honor, the minor was a liar.
He tried to paint you as a physical abuser starting about 2 years ago.
In 2022, November of 2022, Jordan tried to... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said 1.5 years ago under my breath. Didn't think you'd hear that. Sorry.
Jordan randomly accused me to other people, some of which are in here, that I threatened to hit him. And Jordan was confronted on that very quickly. Jordan just absolutely lied. Because Jordan didn't like the fact that they weren't getting the amount of attention they wanted. Not attention they would ever tell.
Liar. Oh my god.
Liar! Tell me they wanted. Not that Jordan came to my door and said, hey, can we hang out or anything like that, despite me saying, hey, you can do that literally any time and I will make time for you. Jordan, unfortunately, has a problem with a victim complex. They have to be a victim of something.
Crazy.
All the time. Or they're not happy. And that's a horrible thing to assume.
Malcolm
but unfortunately,
has all
having had them
the
in
IQ
my...
of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Banger.
I
Banger.
pots tifon camara on di veig tant.
Banger. Let's go, Bard. That's a beautiful one. Witness, please. Banger. Banger comment. Love that. Excellent. A+, bud. That was beautiful.
My house for 2 years.
Mr. Mollusk. Bard Barbarian has given you a run for your money. Mr. Mollusk. You have strong competition right now, Mr. Mollusk. I need you to up your game.
That is how Jordan is. And I tried working with Jordan. I tried getting them into therapy. I tried everything I could to help them. They lived in my home literally rent-free for almost 2 years. And for the record,
wow, brave.
When it came down to finally getting Jordan to pay rent, I asked for $100 a month. And Jordan tried to say they couldn't afford it because they were spending $600 on Uber every month. Because they didn't want to ride a bike to work. They just wanted to...
Well, yeah, riding bikes is gay. I completely agree with this.
Do Ubers all the time.
Can I also point something else about Jordan specifically that I've repeatedly noticed, and this is also true with Jay, I've noticed. Anytime you hear these people's stories, and this is something I've...
That's a great point, M. Daly. Why would Lio ever admit to almost giving CSAM to Vita by asking Jordan to record getting busted? Yeah, that would go, like, right into Vita's spank bank, if not Lio's. Like, yeah, that's fucking insane, bro. That's crazy.
Repeatedly notice what they don't say, just as much as what they do.
Yeah,
You'll hear a lot of times, like an interview Jay had with Kumo, for example. I'm sorry, the totally anonymous person. I forgot. They were supposed to be anonymous. We were supposed to not be able to figure out who they were.
This guy's fucking annoying.
Even though there were 4 people it could have been, they name dropped 3 of them. Fucking idiot.
Get to the point.
They constantly said things like, Lio yelled at me. Lio was mad at me. Notice they never actually say why Lio was mad. Why Lio yelled at them.
Guys, has anybody stopped to ask why Hitler did the Holocaust? Like, maybe he had a good reason. Did you guys ever ask that? No. It's ridiculous. Like, what did that unarmed black man do to that police officer? Like, you guys are not asking the right questions. Like, come on. Come on. Like, I'm sure that this literal, like, sexually abused, physically abused, you know, like, terminally groomed teenager, I'm sure that teenager had bad vibes. So have you even considered that maybe Jordan brought really negative energy into the living area, and that's why Lio 180 HP voiced and threatened to fight Jordan? Maybe that's why, guys. Come on. You're not asking the right questions.
I remember seeing from, I think it was NLaw, was at one point Lio threatened to fight Jordan. Well, there was no context to that. Did Lio literally just go up to Jordan and say, you, me, out back in 5? Did Jordan bump into Lio while he was carrying his lunch tray like it's the movie 3 O'Clock High? Were they watching Rocky together and one of them started running?
Does this guy have, like... There's 2 options here. This guy has unmedicated ADHD, or this guy doesn't have ADHD and he's abusing stimulants. One of these 2 things is true. And I'm split right down the middle.
Their mouth, hey, it happens. We don't know. They don't fucking actually tell stories. They don't say claims.
Oh, wow.
It drives me
That's
fucking crazy.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's gonna come and be like, I threatened to fight me, ignore the fact that I threatened to fight him like every fucking day.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
By the way,
the other issue here is that it's being framed as child abuse, but literally every person was in their 20s. Jay being the oldest.
Dude, the difference is that you, like, met them when they were children. Like, if you're so if you want to do your found family, like, pseudonistic kids or whatever that you find and groom on the internet and they move in with you, you can't go, well, technically they're not kids at the end of the day after you've, like, attempted to claim them on your taxes multiple times, bro. Like, come on.
And I've got my own things I could say about Jay. One of the reasons why I had...
Dude, somebody should get a voice clip of the guy going, that's fucking crazy! And then you should send it to me so I can put it on the soundboard. Thanks.
Wanted to publicly address this is because of the sheer amount of damage it will do when I do, not to me, but to them. Because Jay specifically makes a living off commissions. That's all Jay does. Jay does literally nothing else. So when I have to respond to this and point out that these people are pathologically lying, there goes Jay's entire livelihood. And I didn't want to do that, but now I'm going to have to. Jay, Jordan,
You guys, I really don't want to blow up Nagasaki. I really don't want to do it, but you've left me no choice. I really don't want to drop the fat man. I really don't want to. I really don't want, but you guys made me do it. You guys made me do it. You guys made me do it.
Knew who these people were. They did this intentionally.
Also, fuck people who ride bikes. Fuck people who ride bikes, okay? I saw this tweet, and it was like a car that was turning and a bicycle, person, bicyclist, derogatory, riding, and the car turns left, and there's it's like 40 feet. And the bicyclist doesn't stop, doesn't move, goes right into the fucking car. And then everybody was like, who's at fault here? And then I saw one of the comments and it was like, people act like people on bikes can just stop. They're going like 20 miles per hour. It's like, wait until you hear how fast cars can go, dumb fuck. What do you mean? Bicyclists are like the dumbest fucking people in the whole world. They see a parked car like 4 blocks away and then they ride right fucking into it. They're like, oh, cars are ruining urban infrastructure. It's like, you guys are so dumb. I fucking hate bicyclists. I hate them. I need like a better slur for people who ride bikes. Like bicyclist doesn't work for me. I need something more aggressive. I fucking hate bike people. And then that guy that rides his bike in New York and then he just like screams at people that are like walking and he's like, I'm driving it! It's like, you were abused as a child. You were neglected. You were probably locked in a closet for too long. And this is how you get validation. I hate people that ride bikes. I have the same right as a car. No, you don't. Because if I hit you, you're going to die. If you hit me, I'm going to be kind of pissed off because I have to get my paint buffed. I'm going to be pretty pissed. We are not the same, okay? Fuck people that ride bikes.
Yeah,
neither of them.
They lie in it now.
None of them were abused in that household. If accountability is abuse, yeah, maybe, but I didn't abuse any of them. All I did was try my best to take literal care of them as best as I could. I did not sit there and harangue them.
And your best wasn't good enough, bud. And that's the story of your life.
Every day for something really freaking stupid. When it comes to in-person stuff, heck, even online stuff, you have got to actually push me to a specific point where I will raise my voice. Now, there are times I did have to do that with Jordan. Jordan did some abhorrent things living under my home. Absolutely abhorrent things.
Crazy.
And I'm going to have to talk about it now. So thank you, Jordan. Thank you for making it where I have to embarrass you.
Lio, I feel so fucking bad for you, dude.
I'll survive.
We all do.
Yeah,
Well, you all should keep some level of skepticism, to be completely honest with you. I'm not saying that, like... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I did keep a level of skepticism.
Ephraim, can you please let Lio talk and stop interjecting?
Sorry, I'm a little jumpy. I'll shut up.
We took too many order rolls today. I see.
Jay doesn't have kids to feed. What? No, Jay doesn't have a kid. She has cats. Now, the person she's living with, her boyfriend, has kids, but Jay doesn't.
I have a question. What if they refer to their cats as kids?
I mean, we have jokes about fur babies, but that's a bit much, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I was thinking she might be saying, like, her boyfriend's kids are her kids, which, honestly, that's actually surprisingly good for her.
Well, no, not really, because, and this is where I'd have to embarrass Jay more, because if you want to talk about hygiene, Jay has nowhere to talk.
Yeah.
Didn't they get upset at you for smelling after work?
Yes, that's one of their claims. Also, that I collect plastic, because, oh God forbid I have a hobby. But
God forbid I have a hobby as I collect literal fucking garbage. That's so cool. That's what hoarding is actually, you guys. If you are a hoarder, you're not a hoarder. You just have a hobby. God forbid. God forbid you collect every single piece of paper you've ever touched in your entire life and you can't move around your house because of it. It's just a hobby.
Jay's also talking about how Lio kept pressuring me to come down. Even though I wasn't in a good mental state, Jay wanted to move down here. When I brought Jay and everybody together for Thanksgiving of 2022, Jay made it very clear they wanted to come down here. They made it very clear they wanted to move in because Jay was in an awful part of town. Like, literally, their apartment was falling apart because they were in a terrible place. And Jay was dating Dan, poor guy. And initially, I was trying to get, both me and Dan were trying to get Jay to move in with him. Because if they're dating, they need to start taking the steps to properly move forward.
Oh my God, he's like shipping and headcanoning people in real life. He's a freak.
Relationship. Jay instead decided she wanted to stay with me for a while. So the plan was 2 weeks with me, 2 weeks with Dan, spent more time with Dan instead. That's fine. I had no problem with that. But when Dan went to go get Jay, to pick her up, to drive her to his place before bringing her here, Dan called me in a complete and utter panic. Because when he got to Jay's apartment, it was such an ungodly mess. The litter boxes hadn't even looked like they'd been cleaned since the last time he was there months ago. Dirty clothes everywhere, trash strewn about, cat feces everywhere. Jay has no place to talk about hygiene or anything of upkeepness. Jay was a snarky, backbiting creature the entire time they were down here.
A backbiting
Jay liked to put on a facade of being the caring, nurturing older sibling while constantly backbiting people. It was a problem. And Jay's also going with the narrative. She's going with the narrative that it wouldn't surprise me if Lio was abusive to Jordan physically, when Jay knows that's not true, and also saying, well, Lio's going to crawl back to me after this gets out. I didn't contact Jay at all about this, and I'm not going to.
They
I
can
was gonna
sit and
ask,
spin.
Oh,
has-
sorry.
Got him. Owned.
Has Pool Guy responded to all of this at all? Because I haven't seen him in the server in a long time.
Not that I know of, and he's not in the server, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's completely ignorant of it, to be completely honest with you.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I was
That's
worried
really
he had
good.
turned on you.
He may. Who knows? At this point, it could be anybody.
I would just burn that house down if it was filled with all that disgusting stuff in there. Unsanitary.
True.
Fire is the cleanser.
Yes.
Great comment.
There were several instances of abuse in the household from Jordan to other people. Jordan
You
was
guys, I know that I'm being accused of abuse, but have you considered that I was actually the abused? Throw it down, flip it, and reverse it, dude. Missy Elliott has nothing on our fat king. This is crazy.
often emotionally and verbally abusive to the wife and I. And Jordan only came to me when
Wow.
they were having a rough time and needed like emotional support. Jordan didn't want to hang out. Jordan didn't want. There's a thing about my office that people say, "Oh, he's been."
Imagine being 40 years old and being fucking butthurt that a 19-year-old didn't want to hang out with you. I hope and I pray that people that are like 19 years old don't want to hang out with me. Like, what do we have in common? You're gonna skibbity riz toilet or whatever the fuck over that. Like, I don't understand why the fuck it's like you're so ass mad that this literal fucking kid, for all intents and purposes, didn't want to fucking hang out with you in your fucking toy cave. Dude, what a fragile man.
All his time in his office. Number one, when I come home from work, I want to decompress. And at that time, I had a secondary job working for an indie comic company, which, believe it or not, I cannot do in the living room.
An
I'm not one of
indie
you
comic
fancy,
company,
iPad kids with some tablet. I just have a literal like XP pin dinosaur-sized thing in my office. And I made it very clear to all of them: if you want to hang out and I'm busy, come into the office and we can hang out. I have literally 3 chairs in that office.
Why don't you take a seat? Don't be shy. Take a seat. Come into my office. Bro, I wouldn't go in there either.
Anybody could come in, anybody can chill. There are times I might have to pick it up
Come
a
and
little bit
chill.
because I do figure reviews and sometimes things are a bit messy, but I had no problem saying, hey, if you
He's
want
a
to spend
pig.
time, let me know. And when I picked them up to spend time with them, either it was them making it very clear they weren't interested in what we were doing, or in the case of Jay, just trying to gossip about everybody all the time because that's all Jay did. And Jordan spent 90% of the time sulking and staring at their phone.
Oh no, bro. That's what you do, though. That's crazy.
And the claim is that I don't treat people with mental issues decently when that's literally all I did for any of them. I made it very clear that I'm there for them whenever they need me, and I have been. When Jordan almost saw somebody die at work, I was there for Jordan. Even took Jordan to get some ice cream afterwards because they said it would make them feel better. Whenever Jordan had a major falling out with somebody, I was there for them. Anytime Jordan had
Also, this is the kind of scorekeeping that I was telling you guys about that is like fucking cancer. If you have a friend or somebody that you care about or somebody that you want to like take care of, right? You're not writing down or keeping an exact tally of every instance of good doing in order to like look back and say, look at all the times that I was good to you, right? Like there are plenty of times where I think that like in the last like year and a half, I don't think my wife has ever taken out the garbage. I always take out the garbage. But I'm not like meticulously keeping track of this, right? It's like, oh, well, you're mad at me because I told a lie. Oh yeah, well, what about the last 27 times I took out the garbage? Like that is the sign of somebody who is insecure and somebody who doesn't actually care about doing good things or being kind to other people because they want something in return. You know, they want something back. They want benevolence in return for that. And that's not what good people do, you guys. Good people are good people because they enjoy doing kind things for other.
a bad dream, I was there for them. When Jordan woke me up in the middle of the night because they were worried for freaking North Dakota, I was there for them. I wasn't some aloof, unknown, unseen creature that just came out to yell at people. That's not true.
Honestly, can I be honest with you, Lio?
Be honest.
You sound genuinely like, first off, like a better, like you were more dedicated than most people would be to someone in their 20s, just in general. And that's not me like mocking you or insulting you. That's just me observing you.
Wow.
And second off, you sound like a very loving
Blaze
person.
him.
And I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Well, the thing is, like, for all the Lio doesn't take mental health seriously, Jordan didn't. Jordan actually didn't. Jordan had an incident where they tried to down an entire bottle of ibuprofen, which I had to worm out of them to admit so we could get them to the ER, where I stayed with them for 7 hours. And they were,
Yeah, I'm not going to take you to the ER. I'm going to wait until you tell me what you did. Great idea.
the reason I was upset with them at that point is because they were trying to turn it into a joke.
Oh my god, how dare you make a joke about your own circumstances? That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. It's like a if you don't laugh, you'll cry kind of thing, but it's not. I don't know. Lio's an idiot.
Other than that, I was just talking them through it, telling them how it's not worth it and how life is worth living and how valuable they are as a person and how much I care about them. And then a few days later, I'm sitting at my computer trying to get some work done, and I get a message from somebody Jordan's flirting with at the time named Chrome saying, Lio, you need to get a hold of Jordan. They're looking up bridges in their area and they're planning on jumping. I immediately get up, go to Jordan's door, knock, and there's Jordan, stifling laughter. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was funny to freak me out like that.
Well, here's a really important question for you. What did you think was going to be the reality of moving in somebody who was at one point a minor that was like very seriously sexually abused and groomed, both online and in real life?
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so
Hmm.
no, I don't think so.
Good one. Good one.
Deo you ting liu as tu usais passport baner rolls u ben bet.
Thank you very much, Reverend, for the 5 witness, please. That's a good one. I would agree with that. Let's do best fat jokes of 2025 Reddit. Let's see, because that's a good one. That's a good one. Lio Convoy is so fat that the doctor diagnosed him with a flesh-eating bacteria and gave him 50 years to live. Good one. Lio Convoy's pronouns are pounds and kilograms. When Lio Convoy goes camping, bears hide food from him. The Sorting Hat puts Lio Convoy in the House of Pancakes. Lio Convoy is so fat that after sex, he smokes ham. Lio Convoy is so fat that 3 smaller, fatter people orbit him at all times. Lio Convoy is so fat that his memory foam mattress forgot. Lio Convoy once had a threesome, but never met the other guy. Thanos had to snap twice. These are good. These are good. These are good. I like these. Keep them coming, guys. These are good. These are good.
That's scary.
Oh, sorry. What I was saying was, sorry, hang on. So I think the question here is, like, what did Lio expect moving Jordan in? Like, Jordan was very obviously a deeply troubled individual. This is somebody that's going to come with a lot of baggage and require a lot of, like, hand-holding through learning, like, how to navigate life, obviously. What did he expect? That his presence alone would, like, heal Jordan like he is Jesus fucking Christ? Hilarious.
Very scary. It's not the only thing either. I'm not going to go that far. That's not the only thing that happened in the household. I'm not going to go too far into it because I know that we have spies on the server. I know you're probably recording. Hi. Jordan did several bouts of abuse, emotional and mental abuse, to both me and my wife. They also did it to people like Peaches regularly.
Wow.
Possibly lied to and about them as well.
Wow.
And I'm going to have to dredge all that up. So whatever attention Jordan's getting right now,
I'm gonna have to do it, guys. I'm gonna have to do it.
Jordan was not abused in my house.
I'm gonna have to do the Dresden bombing. I can't. I'm sorry. I have to do it. You guys made me.
Jordan had responsibilities and standards put on them, and Jordan cannot stand that. It's not the first time Jordan's also gone off, quote unquote, off the reservation when they haven't liked somebody either. Back when Vito was first outed and Anthony was covering it, what did Jordan do? Immediately go and dox Zavia. Because, haha, aren't I funny?
That is very funny.
Now, I didn't hold Jordan accountable for that because they were a kid at the time, like a couple months shy of 18. But my point is, it's still a pattern of behavior they have never altered. That's who Jordan is.
That's ironic, bro. That's literally you. That's literally you. That's literally you, bro.
And I've been behind the scenes as well, hearing that Jordan has financially abused people as well. Which I am, again, not surprised of if they're spending $600 on Uber a month.
Zavia
Jordan,
is rude, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan, who had their own room, literally their own bathroom with shower, that they never cleaned, by the way. Also barely cleaned their room. The only good I can say Jordan had done while they were here is the fact that they socialized a cat we had named Mean Mug. That's literally the only thing I can say that was positive. Jordan left after moving in not too long so they could do a work program to get their GED and get a job. They panicked in the middle of it. I bought them a plane ticket to come back. When they went to go visit their mother, I think it was New Year's, 1 year, I can't remember. They had a major panic attack and needed to come back. I paid for that too, just like I paid for them to come down the other time when they first came down as well. This is after, by the way, when we were still dealing with Vita, where Jordan passed Vita information from my wife's Facebook that Vita was going to try to paint her as a predator. I have been very patient and very kind with Jordan. Instead of recognizing that...
Very patient, very kind. Love is patient, love is kind. Love always listens. Love always, whatever the fuck. Very cool.
Altering his behavior and being better. Jordan just does this. And as far as me treating Jordan differently because he transitioned, yeah, I started treating him like one of the guys.
You're such a strong ally. I've decided that now that you've transitioned, I'm going to treat you like all of the other guys, and I'm going to threaten to fight you every time you piss me off. Good one.
Treating him like a man, because Jordan said he was a man. I'm sorry, I've got trans people in here. Am I wrong for that?
Yes.
I think the implication...
No, I apologize.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
no.
Can I play a little bit of devil's advocate, Lio?
You might as well.
Okay. I think the implication was that you were almost encouraging him to be toxically masculine. I think it wasn't explained at all. That's at least the impression I got of what they were trying to communicate. Like, you were telling him, don't cry, stand up straight. Which, by the way, I totally imagine you, the guy who's very good friends with Zach over there, really doesn't like men crying.
Well, the thing is, those are things
I hate when men cry.
But in last context, I never said don't cry. The only time I said anything like that was when Jordan got caught doing something. I said, I'm not here to hear your tears right now. And the stand up straight is when Jordan had a panic attack, Jordan would try to go fetal, and I was walking him through it, and I was telling him correct posture so we can get you breathing. Stand up straight, put your shoulders back, let me walk you through breathing here. Yeah, I'm a monster.
Yeah, very much so. You're like the size of the Loch Ness Monster, I completely agree.
You know what's funny with the whole, not treating trans people right thing. When I first corrected you, this is Gigi, by the way. When I first corrected
Gigi.
you, when you called me she and I said I go by they, you said, my bad, they. And you use they.
Wow, that's very brave.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, Lio won't even act transphobic towards Fagos. And the implication is he would towards Jordan.
Guys, Lio is just the best trans ally that I've ever met in my entire life. He's great. He's great. He doesn't even misgender bad people. Like, he wouldn't misgender Hitler, you guys. Like, the bar is so low. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he would never. He would never. He would never. It's, this is just so gay. It's so gay. Guys, he's literally not even transphobic. He said that Caitlyn Jenner was stunning and brave. He did. He said it.
Then,
If you use correct pronouns for literally the worst of humankind, you can use proper pronouns for anyone, really.
Yeah, but the point is, if the argument is, will Lio encourage toxic masculinity, which is also something Jay's trying to promote, everything has to have context to it.
Context,
I told Jay,
guys.
no, you shouldn't be like
Context.
me. You should be you. That's not me chastising Jay for trying to emulate someone else. That's me saying, hey, you should still be you. You don't want to wind up like me. I'm old. I didn't take care of myself. Of course you don't want to wind up like me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Imagine you're like being sentenced in hell. Like you arrive at hell. And it's just like Dante's Inferno if you get off the boat and they're judging you and they're deciding what layer of hell you're going to. And they're like, I sentence you to living a life as Lio Convoy. I'd be like, please, I'll do fucking anything. Please. Please, bro. Please. I'll do anything, bro. Please. I sentence you to 10 lifetimes as the McDonald's closest to Lio Convoy.
You want to wind up like you. That was my point. Like, as far as dishonesty, let me put it to you guys this way. When I was still trying to get Jordan to get a job, which was an ongoing issue, not so much to pay rent, but because you need a job instead of sitting in your room all day on TikTok, which is what Jordan was doing. Because Jordan had a job and just randomly quit out of nowhere. I told Jordan, like, well, I'm hoping I can start making money off of my commissions and do that for him. Like, Jordan, I understand wanting that, and there's nothing wrong with that desire. However, your skill level, as it is, would need to be raised in order for you to do that, because both Jay and Peaches are a higher skill level, and they sometimes struggle with commissions. Jordan took that, ran to Peaches, and claimed that I was insulting his art and saying his art isn't good enough, period. Using them as a point of comparison, which is not what I said.
That's literally not what he said, bro.
Someone who's done commissions and doesn't just to make money and support his family. Plus, doing commission work solely isn't enough to live off of, because there's always that waiting period of trying to wait for a customer to come and buy a commission. Not everyone's going to want to buy, like, say, for example, say you are one of the top artists. Not everyone's going to want to buy a piece that's like $200.
Wow, very profound. Thank you.
And on top of that, there's also the really high taxation that you get because it's technically income from self-employment on with all that.
Yeah, and so you have to pay.
Let's
both
talk
ends
about
of the FICA
taxes,
tax,
guys.
which
That's
you guys
really
don't have FICA
important.
taxes,
Wow.
Right.
I don't think that's really relevant so much. My point is, Jordan has a history of pathologically lying about everything, so long as it gets some specific types of attention. And I really hate saying that, because I don't like saying that about anybody who's struggled. And one of my concerns when I have to respond to this is that I'm going to look like I'm dunking on victims of something, which is not what I do.
Guys, I would never dunk on victims. I would just say that their pussies are acting fucking crazy, and it's their fault that they continually get groomed. And also, you know, I'm sorry that you had an abortion, but you should have used a coat hanger. It's way cheaper. We're like, fuck this guy so hard, dude. It's so, every single accusation against others is a fucking confession. It's so funny. It's so funny to me.
So yeah, it's not a fun situation to be in. I appreciate people giving me the benefit of the doubt, because Lord knows people like Patchwork certainly aren't going to anymore.
Wow,
You know,
yeah.
when Patchwork has gone through things that have been awful, I've always heard out Patch. I've always tried to give them support when I thought it was right. But nope, can't do that for me because, well, somebody cried to me. Asinine.
Can I say something about? I know I've been saying a lot.
Yeah, say more.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
sorry, Lio. I've been following these for a while, and I have a lot of opinions. But it just hit me. These accusations are a fucking Rorschach test.
Wow.
Like
we've been saving that one for a while, I'm sure. That's very cool. It's like a Rorschach test if you really think about it. It's just like a Rorschach test, isn't it? All these people are they're so edgy. It's like it's actually dangerous how edgy they are. Like they're actually going to cut themselves, you guys. It's crazy.
hearing them and responding to them tells us exactly what you think of Lio, or exactly how you'll treat these in the future. Like it's a fucking Rorschach test. The only way I can think of to describe it. I think it's 2 words.
Say it again.
Does anybody have any questions that I need to answer?
Anybody want to give me more
I do
attention?
know somebody asked in the chat, what ages?
That gave me like PTSD. Did that sound like me? I was like, holy fuck, was I in this call?
Or
Hang on.
Jordan. I do know somebody asked in the chat.
Do I sound that gay, guys? Please say I don't sound that gay.
What ages?
Do I sound this gay, guys? Do I sound this gay? Please stop.
Were Jordan and Jay when they were kicked out?
Jordan, 21. Jay, I'm pretty sure it's 26. And the thing is with Jordan, what I technically did with Jordan was grant them something they apparently wanted since November of 2022. So I told them, all right, that you don't want to be part of this family unit because of how you acted and how you continually treated people. Because again, the last straw was how they treated my wife when she lost her dad. It was going forward, we will be Mr. and Mrs. Guerra. Your rent will be due at X time. And you are an adult, you have a full-time job. You should be able to make it out there on your own now. So
it's so sad because I feel like Lio was destined to be in the military because of how like soft and like abused he is. Because these are the kinds of people that do so well in the military, but only if they're willing to like overcome their demons and channel all their rage into physical activity when we know the fucking opposite actually happened.
This was October, I said this. Like, you have until the end of March to find somewhere else. I did not threaten Jordan. I did not insult Jordan at that time. I just laid down the law and told him, hey, you have X.
I laid down the law, bro. I did.
Jordan in one of the recordings with Kumo is like, oh, you can't tell him because I'm going to leave. I didn't sit there and like terrorize Jordan. Jordan didn't flee because of danger. Jordan just wanted to make that narrative.
I have a question.
In fact, real quick. In fact, I saved an image of it. Jordan left Christmas Day with a note and a key that says, Merry Christmas, goodbye.
Merry Christmas, bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh god, that's just fucking heartless. Holy
That's so heartless, dude. That's so evil. On Christmas, bro?
Well, so rude.
Somebody had a question?
Dude, on the anniversary of my grandson's wedding, you come to me on the day of my granddaughter's wedding on Christmas, and you say I'm moving out. Humanity. I would never have done that to you. Never. Never. The audacity. Guys, it was on Christmas. It was his birthday. He's just a birthday boy.
I did. It's related to something that I had brought up in VC context earlier, and of course, if it's like too personal, you don't have to answer it. But I remember being in a call with Peaches and a few other people. I can't remember if it was in here or in Mali's server, but I remember Peaches bringing up some particularly heinous thing that Jordan had said to Peaches related to their suicidal ideation. Are you able and willing to provide some clarification on that, or some expanded context? Or
I can't go into full detail right now, but there was an incident where Jordan knew that Peaches was in trouble and told nobody.
Oh my god, he didn't call the local police? Dude, I can't take this seriously. It's very painful for me. It's very painful for me. Like, he takes this so seriously, and it's really not that serious.
Jordan has a tendency of wanting to treat everybody else's struggles like a joke. Any other questions?
I kind of do. Would you say that Jordan ever learned from Vita grooming him essentially?
No, it's a really weird question to ask.
Well, why can't you engage with it? Because the question would be, if Jordan was groomed for many, many years under your fat nose, Lio, is it not possible that Jordan learned all these manipulative tactics and this is learned behavior? Which is probably true, right? You have somebody who has been very poorly socialized and is probably very severely maladjusted socially, and then you decide that you're going to move them in, and then you act surprised when they have issues. Yes, you, for all intents and purposes, adopted a troubled teen. There's going to be trouble with that. Yes. It's like you adopt a disabled kid and you're like, what the fuck? Why can't my kid with no legs run? What's happening? It's like, no shit. Of course.
We got to mute for a few seconds, so give me a minute.
Give him a minute. He's busy. He's got to eat his McDouble.
When someone mentioned the Patchwork Heart video, I was like, what? I didn't know that. I just finished watching the Conundrum one.
No, there's a video Patchwork Heart uploaded. JB?
Like what Hateful has stated, Patchwork Heart is known to be biased.
Because I remember her for her Toon Critic thingy, I think it was.
Him.
Oh, him. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Him. I remember him for the Toon Critic situation thing. Do you remember that?
I remember.
There's other people that Jordan has emotionally abused. They did it to Weebus.
Emotionally abused.
I know they to a point have also done it to Hate. That's just who Jordan is for whatever deranged reason.
Sorry, I have a question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is this Looney or Loomy or whatever the fuck that crazy bitch's name was?
That's what we're here for.
Okay, so with everything that Jordan and Jay has told you, as I said in the public, Mr. Lio, I just want to know if like you are, if this is like on counts of like slander or like calling, I don't know, some sort of authority, because like obviously they need some sort of repercussion with slandering your name on the, with slandering your name online.
I'm going to tell you how that works. Capron, thank you. Slander and libel are civil torts. It's something that they would have to be pulled into court about on a civil tort. The problem with that is, number one, it takes money to do it. Number two, in this case, it looks far worse for me to try to send them something to get them to stop talking and stop slandering me, because it will immediately...
Also, like, if this, again, this would open a terrible can of worms, right? Like, if Lio was intending on suing somebody for slander, I think that's actually really funny. It's like, dude, you're like hella fucked because you say crazy shit about people all the time.
Lio, you cut out. Did he cut out for anyone else?
Yeah, I think Lio got him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald got him.
The thing, I don't know if...
Sorry. I got a spam phone call and it got stupid. What I was saying is, like, if I were to send legal paperwork, it would immediately be seen as me trying to silence victims.
Well, yeah.
Not only that, but I just want to throw this out there. Since Lio is a public figure, not only would he need to be able to prove these claims wrong, which I have no doubt he could for the record, he would also have to prove that Jordan and Jay were saying this specifically to damage his reputation, being fully aware what they were saying is false. And that is incredibly hard to prove.
Yeah, but somebody was going to say something.
Oh, sorry. That was me. Yeah. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Go ahead.
No. I have no follow up. I was just about to say, I thought I was going to say something important until Ephraim said something that actually, made a bit more sense. But I guess my closing statement with this question is that I'm really sorry that you're going through this, Lio. And yeah, it's a very, very horrible situation to be in. And I hope that you're not, feeling stressed, you, Peaches, and the wife.
My wife's more angry than stressed right now.
Lio.
Yeah.
Don't let it get you down. It's just as the internet, they're gonna talk trash about you or criticize you, but please don't let it get you down.
It's less.
Wyo, please don't let the haters get you down. Wyo, please do not make bad decisions. Wyo, don't let the haters get you down. Block it out the haters. I love that, like, the accountability calls are generally like, let's scream at this person until they, like, put a gun in their mouth because it's so funny. But when it's Lio's accountability call, it's like, you're so brave. You're like a saint, actually. Like, you're like the patron saint of the raped and the fat. It's so cool. It's so cool, dude. I literally, wow. That's so cool. That's so awesome. He's the best. He's the best.
Of how it's going to affect me, and more the fact that I go out of my way to try to help other people, and I do not want what they've dealt with to somehow be disregarded or for people to feel like I'm not trustworthy to come to for help. That's what I'm concerned about.
You guys, I'm really concerned that the raped will not flock to me and give me all of their information so I can use it later to verbally assault them in a voice call. Very cool.
Because once you're painted as an abuser and it's ran with, that's kind of done for you. Unless you're Kai Weiss somehow. Still trying to figure that one out.
I understand. Okay.
Got a lot of people on the call. People have questions they can ask.
Can I ask a question unrelated to this? Or is that just too stupid?
You can, I guess.
Alright, so Lio, when it comes to combat sports, what would you like to recommend to people? Like boxing or professional wrestling?
HEMA. HEMA, historical European martial arts. But I'm not going to stay on.
What is he saying? Kino?
HEMA.
Kima? Kima, European martial arts. Are you saying Kima? Oh, is he saying Hema? Hema. Is that what he's saying? Dude, Hema's just LARPing. Dude, shut the fuck up. You're kidding. Dude. HEMA is a modern discipline that reconstructs the practices of European martial arts from the 13th to the 19th century. Dude, it's just LARPing. What the fuck? You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You guys are lying. What the fuck is this? No way. It's gay fencing. It's LARPing. It's how to LARP. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. That's so funny. What martial art should I train? LARPing. Oh my god, bro, shut the fuck up. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's not a martial art. Literally fucking redacted yourself. That is not a martial art, bro. Are you kidding me? Oh. That's so funny, dude. That's so fucking hilarious, bro. I'm literally gonna fucking scream. That's so funny. What's the best martial art? Live action role playing. Fucking kill me.
HEMA, historical European martial arts. But I'd rather stay on topic if we can for now, please.
Okay, sorry.
We got a lot
I'd
of
like
people
to
in the
say
call.
something.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Will we be talking with Patchwork about this or no?
Patch blocked me. How can I?
Oh, okay then.
Patch messaged me yesterday morning, gave me a dramatic screed, and then blocked me even after I said, "Call me. You're being lied to." Because again, Patchwork does not think. Patchwork doesn't think based on evidence. Patchwork thinks based on emotion.
Okay then.
One of the things I saw mentioned somewhere was that like you that one of the reasons you abandoned Jordan was they were talking to zoologists. Is there a story behind
No,
that?
I didn't find out they were talking to anybody until well after they were literally out of my house. What?
So, sorry, I thought I saw that somewhere within everything.
No. Jordan ran to zoopologists.
Oh.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh,
All right, thanks. Go ahead.
I also have like one more. I also have like one more question. So, I was being
Skank voice on. Go ahead.
a little bit sneaky and like looking into Kaiwai's, Omnia, as well as Harley TVS, and when they were talking about peaches. So, I'd just like to ask in your next video, will you like be addressing those three as like they're connected with peaches? And based on what Omnia has posted on her Twitter, she's also been like,
I don't want to talk to you about your gay LARPing shit, Seska. If you do a real martial art, I will be happy to talk to you about martial arts. LARPing with fucking wooden swords and pretending that you're a fucking paladin knight is not a martial art. I'm very sorry. That is not a martial art. That is hilarious.
trying to be an apologist towards Rosa, but in terms of the whole Jordan and Jay situation, I haven't really found what she's been talking about it. So I just like to ask if like you're going to be addressing those two or three.
Well,
as
I already addressed the Rosa call in the video I uploaded about Conundrum the other day. It's a situation we dealt with a year ago. It was already done and dusted.
Yeah, Looney's mentally a whore because what did she say? She's 4'11" and 130 pounds, without legs, so she's fat. That's why she's spiritually a whore. It's because she can't get anything off of Discord. Can't get anything off of Discord. That tracks.
The only reason it's being weaponized now is because I'll be entire insane. At some point, I will have to do a massive video where I take every single detractor and ground them to the dust. But that's not what this one's going to have to be. This one has to focus on the accusations being made towards Peaches and being made towards me. And I'm going to, of course, have to address the FCK stuff because, let's be honest, what's going on about that is horrifically wrong and is egregious. And I will not let people get away with doing that.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Would you count it as malicious intent as well?
Without question. Without question, it's malicious. That's what a Kumo is. He's malicious.
Sorry about yesterday. Is that okay?
That happened in private. You don't have to apologize for it.
You guys with your little, like, what is it called? Hema or whatever the fuck. You guys are doing that gay shit like in Indiana Jones where the guy has the sword and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he's doing like all of his cool tricks and then he's like, ah. And then Indiana Jones just pulls out a gun and fucking shoots him. You guys are so gay. Do a real martial art. Do Krav Maga. Okay? Do Krav Maga. Do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Do literally anything other than smacking each other with wooden sticks. Okay? Stop. Get some help. Do Muay Thai. Get some help.
I have a question. I keep hearing Kumo. Why don't I hear much of Mad Libs? Or
I don't know.
Because
Mad Libs does.
Would you consider fencing to be a martial art? No. That's unironically the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Fencing is not a martial art. You can say that it's a sport, sure. It is not a fucking martial art. A martial art, that's not a martial art. I'm sorry, it's not.
Adlibs did a single post and nothing else apparently, so.
I see.
That and Mad Libs like doesn't have anything to do with what's being discussed.
Despite the fact that she was also active in FCK, but we're giving her a pass because she made a thread that was mean to Doodle Tones.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like these people don't fucking care about this or something.
They don't. The entire reason Akumu went to the FCK server is because he was under the impression that's what people were conspiring about him 4 years ago.
Wow, I really care about this.
All right, do you have-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One of the claims I've heard you playing Famous Sports Peaches is that you just a manifestation of what? I don't understand the question. Is that just a manifestation of Peaches still being in your circle? No. What that is was Peaches spent a lot
No.
of time with me because she wanted to, and Jordan and Jay didn't like that. And Jordan and Jay refused to be held accountable for the wrongs they had done to Peaches, and me holding them accountable is therefore favoritism.
Very cool. Love that.
I think what's very horrifying in my opinion is the fact that like you welcomed them into your home, you wanted to help them, and then they basically give you all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
And that's
Dude,
what
it's
it is.
really crazy that the, abused, maladjusted person acted abused and maladjusted, and that your presence alone wasn't enough to heal them. Like, unironically, I think Lio is like the person who hears that somebody has anxiety, and he's like, just don't be anxious, LOL, and then they're better because it came from him. That's the vibe that I'm getting here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
My mic's being dumb. But I also have a question that I forgot to ask.
Whose mic is that?
Sure, go ahead.
They're trapped in the crate.
Did you see Akuma's response video to your end portion of the conundrum video?
Nope, I've been busy trying to get stuff done at work. What's it saying?
Well, it says a lot of bullshit, but
I can't hear this bitch. I can't hear her. She's too quiet.
That was well after I had asked him months previous and already got a hold of the logs myself.
Also, he's so dumb. They never gave me the logs, so, ooh. Dude, I thought that you were like the master the internet, the master of the internet, the master of all things. Can't find him yourself?
Also, I did watch that video. The screenshots he shows don't actually prove a single thing he said. He just
It's
hoped
all
you didn't
fake.
notice that.
True. It's all fake. I agree.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. No, even having, and by the way,
Oh my
I
God,
understand
I hate
that like
this
even
bitch.
pretending to have
Shut up.
evidence is very convincing to a lot of people.
Oh my God, be
that's why a
quiet.
lot of bad nonfiction authors do. They like fill their books with like 800,000 footnotes, and then if you actually pick through them one by one, you find they don't prove anything.
Wow, this guy has read a lot of books. I believe that.
Sorry for talking during this, by the way. I'm a bit of a motor mouth when I'm dealing with this.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up and leave the
Oh,
call.
yeah, fine, we know.
Ha ha ha, owned.
All right, anybody else?
I was gonna say, it's funny with Libby trying to go also like burn to earth on everyone or whatever the thing is. It's the fact that her own server had no safeguards for not safe for work content. I've been a member of her server since I was 17. I was able to access the Madlib server that's now archived.
Yeah.
That's now archived. I was a member of that since I was 17.
Very cool.
She didn't have any safeguards for not safe for work content. I was a responsible little 17-year-old and I stayed out of there
That's good.
until I turned 18, which I decided, you know what, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I'm going to post a document or a drawing I made. Like, after I turned 18, of course.
Very
but
cool.
I posted it,
Thank you
and
for sharing.
immediately Libby went, oh, you can post this in Safe for Work. I looked at her and went, there's boobs in this drawing. Like, the boobs are out.
Oh, there's tits, bro.
Exactly. Like,
Bro,
boobs were
there's
out. And
there's honky hunker milkers. Guys, there's bazongas. There's bazongas. You guys, there's bazongas in the picture. There's Awooga. Big Boba. Literally, fucking please. I hate all these people so much, bro.
the only thing covering them was a jacket, and it barely covered them.
I see.
Is there like an implication of a nipple at the very least?
Oh, that's not even
Not a
necessary.
nipple, bro. Holy shit.
All right.
Oh my God.
Do we have any other questions I need to field here? Because again, we got a lot of people on call. I'm sure there's got to be some questions.
I do. Okay, so when you said that Peaches wanted to hang out with you more, I pinged you in the VC context. I said, did Jordan or Jay do this because they felt jealous of that?
I think it's one of those if I can't, nobody can situations, because I made it very clear to them, if you want to hang out, just knock on my freaking door. And I did this multiple times.
Literally,
I've had multiple
just flip and
conversations with them.
knock.
They just want to always have people come to them, and they don't really want to hang out. They just want to gripe.
I see.
Oh, darn. How sad. That's very sad. They wanted to talk. That's crazy.
Were Jordan and Jay living at your house at the same
Yes.
time, or like what time spans were each of them there for?
Jordan was here from 2021 until late 2023. Jay was here for maybe 6-7 months total, and most of that was spent with her boyfriend.
He's asking if there's overlap, dipshit.
Can I actually ask a question about the thing that got Jordan kicked out, how he acted towards your wife, or is that too much?
Yeah, tell me about
I posted a screenshot from Kumo of all people from 2020. I don't care.
Tell me
Because
about it.
that was probably some stupid image. I'm not concerned with that account at all.
Wow, we're doing a really bad job
I
answering
don't see how the conversation's
questions.
going off the rails, but okay.
Doing a really bad job answering questions. I don't think we've answered
No,
the
no,
last
that's
three.
correct. But the person Kumo interviewed is one of your kids. I think I know who it is. It's a purple cat version we saw in Queen Seraphina's video. That tour viewer. Yeah, that was pink.
Did the two get kicked out, or did they move out?
Jordan left. They both moved out, technically. Jordan left at the end of December on Christmas Day, and
Mhm.
Jay left before
Oh,
then to go move
Christmas,
with the pool
bro.
guy.
So they left on their own volition.
It was Christmas, bro. It
Jordan
was
left on their own volition.
Christmas.
I told Jay it was time for them to move on and be with the pool guy because before then they were there at the pool guy's place for 5 or 6 months, and before they even came back to talk to me and gather their things, they already decided they were going to move in with the pool guy.
Okay, well at least
With pool guy? Who the fuck is pool guy? I feel like I don't know enough of these characters, bro. I don't. How am I supposed to keep up? How am I supposed to keep up?
have somewhere to live. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to like force people to go out into the streets.
I mean, well, we did, but
Once Jordan like moved out from your place, did they block you on everything too? I'm assuming immediately, or
They did some edgy, stupid posts with their pony OC, but I haven't really kept track of them. Why would I? It's their life to live, not mine.
yeah, live your truth. I agree.
I'm so sorry for asking a lot of questions, but I just want to know with everything that Jay and Jordan has done to you, Lio, how, I mean, I understand how difficult it is. Like, you've really cared for the both of them.
Wow,
I just want to
it's
know if
very
this will
hard.
change, if this situation will change how you help other people. Because I do have, like, high respect for you, and I just want to know, yeah, like,
You're just so amazing. Does this mean that you're going to stop moving people in with you, just out of curiosity? Like, if you were hypothetically going to continue to, like, move people in with you, like, does this stop that at all? Just, not that I'm just asking, not that I want to. I'm just really curious if you have any, like, it sounds now like you have an empty room, maybe. So, I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just curious if that will impact that at all. Okay, whore.
how bad this whole situation is affecting you. I'm so sorry if I'm mumbling so much.
I'm obviously not going to be bringing people into a found family anymore given this point because like, that's not respected, not by the people who were there and not by anybody else at large because they just used it as a way to attack me. And if I'm going to be dealing with vulnerable people and trying to help them, I don't need to make them in any way, shape, or form a target, whether for my sake or any of that. So I'm not going to do that with anybody else going forward. But as far as still trying to help people, I'm still going to try my best. I'm still going to be there when people need me. It's just the way I do it's going to have to.
Your best is simply not good enough. It's time to stop. Your best is actually worse than no engagement at all. It's time to stop.
Sure. I'm probably going to have to get less close to these people, give them better support networks that aren't specifically about me, or perhaps including me. So that's going to probably have to alter.
Is this gonna go public, or would you rather keep it here in Senate?
I just said that I'm going to have to address this publicly earlier in the call.
Oh my god, yeah, if only you could listen, idiots.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand earlier.
Star, the kids were Jordan J, Opal, and Pete.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand. Dude, come on.
Opal
Come
left the
on,
family
that's a
unit
fake
in
voice.
November of 2022. Thank you, Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Opal left is completely different than anything else that's happened here. I'm not going to go into detail here. The TLDR why Opal left is that I had standards Opal didn't like. For conduct, for who
I'm
your
sure that's
friends
what it
are, and
was.
for what you allow.
Oh, wow, so you told your roommate you literally can't have friends that I don't like. That's so base, dude, true. I need to check and see who my wife is following on Twitter. If she's following any of my enemies, I'm gonna have to set some standards, and unfortunately, I think she might have to be homeless. Very sad.
I'll give you one example. Simply one example, just to highlight it.
Give me an example.
There was a time Opal was telling me in a humorous way about a friend of hers who did shoplifting, and I told Opal maybe you shouldn't be friends with somebody who steals.
Maybe you shouldn't be friends with fucking pedophiles, Lio. That's a crazy idea. If you don't stop being friends with this person that does something that I don't like, you need to move out. May he who is without sin cast the first stone, fat man. And boy, is there an arsenal waiting for you. You're sitting on, literally, Mount Everest pile of stones. Dude, like, if you want to talk about guilt by association, if you want to do this, like, oh, well, you hung out with somebody who did this bad thing one time, like, your entire repertoire of former friends, former adopted Discord e-whores, adulterous sluts that you emotionally cheated on your wife with, every single one of them turns out to be a deranged sex freak. Maybe hold yourself to your own standard before you start going to measure others against our deeply broken measuring stick.
All right. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Sunny.
Lio, what's your favorite
Sunny! Literally kill me.
color?
Not the time, Sunny, but thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
It felt like an interrogation.
Nya,
I need to be able to answer people. If I'm going to
Nya, I'm just trying to cheer you up, Nya.
be in any way, shape, or form a figurehead of anything or an authority on anything, I have to be accountable, which means people need to take accusations, especially from people I've known, to be serious, regardless of their validity or not. Somebody's trying to talk, but it sounds like they're coming through the Twilight Zone.
Okay, Lio. try right-clicking on someone's face in the regular table in the call itself, and try to click user
Thank
volume.
you,
right?
technical support.
But different.
I am not with my phone. I'm not with my phone in my hands.
Okay.
Thank you, technical support.
We got a lot of people in this call. That can't be the only questions.
I know. Guys, more people have to give me attention. There's certainly more attention to go around. Everybody has more compliments. Please give them now.
Hi, I'm new here, and I do have one quick question regarding this whole thing.
Tell me your question.
Lio, by the way, it's a pleasure to talk, even under these circumstances. But my question being, do you feel like this is a parallel to a rebellious teenager acting out, or is it more of the 21-year-old fallout? I'm just curious about if the parallel symbolism is you notice it.
I don't tend to put symbolism into real world actions.
Says the biblical man. What is symbolism other than the teaching tool of Christ?
But there's less of teenage angst here, because teenage angst, usually even the worst of it, isn't malicious. It's just misdirected. That's not what this is.
Well, that's obviously what this is. And let's be totally honest. We know, like quite literally speaking, that trauma actually like stunts your brain development. So people who are, experience something very traumatic at a young age, they develop significantly slower than their peers of the same age because of the way that trauma affects the brain and brain development. And it is not a surprise to me, even in the slightest, that somebody who has spent a chronic amount of time online, like a toxic amount of time online, and that their entire time existing online was surrounded by literal groomers, pedophiles, zoophiles, and freaks, that person into adulthood and early adolescence, that they would be severely maladjusted and have a really hard time navigating social situations when most of their socialization, one, is online, and two, is basically perpetuated by adults that want to sexually abuse them. I would actually describe exactly what that is kind of teenage angst and kind of settling and relearning. It's basically like learning how to walk a second time, if you can describe it that way, right? Where when you're growing up, the way that you learn how to socialize with others is conditioned a very specific way. You learn what gets you attention, what doesn't. You learn what's acceptable and what's not. You learn what's a fair thing to talk about, what's not. There's so many different moving parts to this. If you stunt that, put a cap on it, and then take somebody after dealing with like horrific trauma and transplant them into like a totally different environment, they have to relearn all of this social engagement. So yeah, again, I think it's really insane that Lio like moved this very, 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 very troubled individual in with him, and then was confused when they didn't immediately become okay by virtue of his presence. I think that's crazy. Like, obviously, that is exactly what was going to happen. You can't take somebody who has been, abused for their entire life and then put them in a new environment and expect them to be completely fine. That's not how that works at all. It's very interesting.
All right. I'll stop talking about that now.
Cool. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Anything else?
You know what? I'll throw one out there.
Throw it out there.
So this whole thing, the final straw with Jordan was him acting disrespectful to your wife after her father died,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And if this is too much, please.
That's crazy, but we didn't stop making fun of Dreamer for having a dead mom. That's crazy.
You can just say so. But was that like, did she show any signs of caring at the start, or was it always just, when will this be over so it can get back to me?
The latter.
Okay.
We don't care about other people's dead
You got more
parents.
patience than me. If someone
Listen, I'm gonna say it. I don't care about your dead mom. It's like, how can you be like so vitriolic and evil about other people's deceased parents, but then be like, but then they made fun of my dead father-in-law. It's like, bro, that's like your favorite one. That's like your favorite one to bring up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
disrespected my partner after their parent had died, I would have lost my fucking mind.
Well, according to Jordan, I didn't have enough patience. Apparently, I'm an abuser, and I yell at them, and I threaten them.
Oh my god, if it had been me, obviously I'm not Jordan's parent, but if Jordan had disrespected my partner like that, I would have been 10 times worse than what you did.
Wow, cool.
I said that with my full chest. I'm a motherfucker. Like,
Oh, wow.
that is the level. Like that is a line. That
I'm
is an
very
absolute
afraid.
line in the sand.
I'm very afraid.
I know.
It's an absolute line in the sand that we make fun of people's dead parents. But Scooby-Doo here was ringing the whole time in the call where everybody was making fun of Dreamer for having a dead mom. Attacking people's dead parents is too fucking much, guys. That's my line in the sand. Actually, it was kind of funny when we were doing it when we were bullying somebody else, though. So it's like a soft line, I guess.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
Anything else?
I have
Oh,
one.
jeez, I forgot. I have my TV on.
All right, and what's the question?
Don't you think it's kind of concerning that a lot of people in social media don't question claims that are very serious?
Well, of course, that's why you have people like Ponder, Peaches, and I constantly telling people they need to do their own thinking and come to their own conclusions.
Unless, of course, you think other than me, then right to the kitten kennel.
Because this is worryingly constant throughout the internet, and I don't like seeing it.
I feel like I've heard this guy talk before.
Documents
Who
with no
is
evidence,
this?
and I'm like, this is concerning.
I feel like I've heard this
So I
guy
just
talk
say-
before. Who is this?
Yeah, well, the thing is that these people don't care. These people don't care about what is allegedly happening. They don't care about the alleged actions of alleged abusers. They don't care because I hate to tell you this. They don't care about the actions of the victims. What they care about is getting a gotcha on people that they don't like.
That's crazy because that's exactly what Lio did with Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, the pedophilic lolly connoisseur that was in Si's Discord server, if he cared about people being victimized by this prolific online pedophile, Mr. Joe, why did he not tell anybody about it and then wait a couple of weeks and then laugh at Si for not knowing that he was in our Discord server? Why did we do that? If we actually cared about the victims, right, I would imagine that you would let people know that there's somebody who's dangerous in their communities. And that's always an open invitation. I have never once turned anyone away for saying this person is in your Discord server and they're a fucking freak. If you, I'm not just going to ban people because you don't like them. If you can give me evidence that somebody is, an evil person, I will absolutely remove them. But I cannot peer into the hearts of others. And that information has to be brought to people's attention, of course. But again, to circle back, if we cared a lot about the victims, and it sounds like, I think Lio Convoy really cares a lot. Somebody who cared a lot would have said, hey, there's a fucking pedophile in your Discord server, and I know you have minors in there, you should ban this guy. I wouldn't sit on it and spin, and then wait and pull it out later as a gotcha. That's fucking crazy.
That's the unfortunate reality of this situation.
But my concern wasn't even with the accuser at this point. It's more like the people who just take it at face value.
Yeah, well, some people take it. Some people will eat up whatever you tell them simply because they may also not like a person.
That's crazy, girl. We've never done that.
That might be cold and calculating.
Well, not only that, but confirmation bias is just a bitch.
I want this guy's mic jack ripped out of the fucking computer. Stop talking.
The word I was looking for. That's what I was trying. I was like, there's a word. It's on the tip of my tongue.
There's a 29th call. Send me the 29th call.
Confirmation bias was what I was going for. Yes.
The people who take it at face value, sometimes they're not even bad people. They just had no idea. That's the.
Oh, I know. We all know. It's depressing.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
bro.
maybe these people don't know any better, but especially if they are in a community like this one, they shouldn't. They should, maybe they aren't doing it maliciously, but they should absolutely know better.
Oh, dude, I feel like complete fucking dog shit. Don't worry about me.
Glad I waited for more information.
No.
That's all.
TBD.
Sometimes a wait and see is the best approach.
Let's see what the
Yeah,
best
I've
approach is.
already said from the get go. I've said this to Lio, I've said this to Aaron, and I will say it until either this blows over or until I'm corrected. I'm always gonna stick with, I'm gonna stick with my friends because I reckon I know that.
Terrible, 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 terrible way to live your life. It's not, I'll stick by my friends no matter what. It's I will make the right choices that are true to me and what I find to be important and value in life. Because your friends might act incongruent with your values. It's not about friendship. It's about your values, your morals, your ethics, your principles. And you should always stick true to those, regardless of who is acting with or against them. If you change your morals for your friends or your enemies, you have no morals. You are a pussy.
Their judgment of character. And I know that I've read and I've come to my own. It's not even just because we're friends, because I've got friends who are on the opposite side. And I'm here now because I've read everything that needs to be read, and I've come to my own conclusion.
It's in the stream chat and Discord. Where? You guys never shut the fuck up in this chat. I have to go look for it now too. Where is it?
And unless, I've already told Lio this, but I'm here until actual evidence comes out that proves me otherwise. And so far I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not screenshots.
Thank you, little cat child. That's not a child, I hope.
What? What do you fucking call me?
No, there's a fight in the kitten crate. There's a fight in the kitten crate.
Ooh, hate that one.
Oh, I see it now. Thank you.
Not a fan.
Your voice is a triangle.
What?
Never mind. I'm done now.
Okay.
All right. Anything
This
else?
is so uncomfortable.
I'm sorry if I keep asking so many questions.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, so, how about your wife? I'm pretty sure,
Tell me
does
about
she
your wife.
know the extent of this situation? Like what Jay and Jordan are doing?
Yeah, she does. She knows who they've gone to. She knows a bit of the nonsense they're spewing, and she's not happy.
Cool.
as he showed them a remarkable amount of patience despite the nonsense they were doing.
Also, I'm going to throw this question out there. Jay said that she got along really well with your wife. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jay never disrespected Leah to my knowledge, but Jay would, not to her face at least, Jay would run her mouth to other people behind her back though.
You will respect my authority. Okay, Carbon. Wow, this is boring. Is there anything left in here? This is terrible.
Struggles.
First, leaving in the call still. We've had it pretty rough lately too.
This is pretty much it.
Valid, and I'm proud of you all.
Proud of you.
Any immunities as I need to.
Sunny, we're both mods, so we can say we're valid.
Oh my god!
I need his vibe checks, Lio.
Yes.
Do you know where? Yeah.
It's probably being compiled with the other two interviews to be as damning as possible.
Is there anything else good in this at all?
Good for a big video.
The call.
Oh, the big video.
Okay, so fellas.
I literally wait, Sunny. No, the thing is, anyone saying, "Oh, you can't stop me because I'm gay," honey, I jumped into this call doing my hair care routine.
I don't care.
I thought you were my.
I don't think
I'm already here.
Get a different personality trait other than being gay. That's all I can say. Wow. Okay, so that's stupid. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know how you can act surprised when the abused, maladjusted individual that moves in with you is abused and maladjusted. That's kind of crazy, and it's very sad that so many people are like sitting around in a call just like jerking him off. It's very fucking embarrassing. And I also hate how it's like, I just want to help. I have such a big heart. I have such a big heart. It's because you have cardiac problems. That's why your heart is so big. It's not because you care about other people. It's because your heart is going to explode from all of the, terminal levels of fucking grease that we've been consuming. And if your help actually does more harm than good, I would not consider it help. I would actually consider that you're a fucking crazy person, and you should be able to determine rather quickly that we have not really been helping at all. We should find something else to do. That's my opinion. Anyway, Lio Convoy's fat. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. All right.